We're gonna get into this video. We've been debating, we've been talking about this game, Galaxy of Knights of the Old Republic, Mr. Mobile Gamer. We've been sitting here looking at this Old Republic screen right now, and we're scratching our heads, wondering what the heck is gonna be needed for this future potential Ancient Journey event. And before we actually start talking about that, do you believe there's going to be an Ancient Journey event this month, now that we know that Sith Marauders, the Login Award, and that screenshot that everyone's shown at this point? What are your predictions for the future of Knights of the Old Republic? I mean, Galaxy of Heroes.
Being that I've been at Capital Games headquarters in the past, and knowing that they can change anything at any time for any reason at last minute, the answer is I don't know.
Exactly.
What I do know is that there was a screenshot of a triple Zeta Gamorrean guard, which is most likely Revan, but that does not mean that they're not going to launch and throw us a legendary Malak event.
Exactly.
It could be. And so, I know everybody's going crazy, farming Onasi Juhani and Candrace Ordo and Bastila Shan. I am personally, but how can I tell anybody to go do that? Because they could change their minds at last minute, and all this money being spent right now is for waste. We don't know, but I still want to say a 75% chance that we're going to get a Darth Revan Ancient Journey. Hero's Journey Legendary event, whatever you want to call it. Triple Zeta character at the end of the month. Most likely going to be Revan. I don't see them making Malak Triple Zeta, but they could throw Malak in there just to throw us off, and then who knows?
Yeah, because Malak, before we saw that screenshot, your prediction and my prediction was that Malak would probably come first. It kind of makes sense. Maybe they did a legendary Sith event, and you'd get Malak, because Malak is kind of important to the whole Jedi Revan lineup. So we're going to talk about a few things, and I'm glad you brought up expectations. We're going to talk about expectations, and another thing we want to talk about is buying Darth Revan allegedly. How much would that cost? Because I will admit, the game, if you didn't get Jedi Knight Revan the first time around, at least for me personally and many others, the game was absolutely miserable if you did not fork over the money to get Jedi Knight Revan. He's the most impactful character this game has ever seen, and it's getting higher and higher and higher. Even people who own him now, it's miserable doing those mirror matches. So just the other day, I put $100 in, and if you guys remember, if you saw my video 2 days ago when I was saying Sith Marauders the Login Award, you can see just with $100, the huge amount of progress I've made on the Old Republic farm, and it's probably going to cost $200, $250 if you want to put your down payment to get, if we think Darth Revan or whatever it might be. But with that said, there are expectations to be managed, because we just saw the General Grievous thing. We were expecting an Emperor Palpatine-like rework, and what do we got? We got something that can't even break 1% of the meta in the top 100. So I'm glad you brought that up, Mobile Gamer, because we don't know if these characters that we're panic farming, if they're going to be needed for something this month. And if they are going to be needed, is this going to be the exact crew?
And the reason why I think you and I are both thinking Darth Revan is because the screenshot showed HK-47 with the Zeta. And that would only make sense. I mean, I doubt that HK-47 is going to have some
unless
sort of
they give him
connection to
anti-Jedi synergies where he just fits well in a Sith team when they're going up against a Jedi. That's the only good argument I can see. But yeah, HK-47, Darth Revan kind of go hand in hand. So that's why we're leaning towards Revan. But again, we don't know if it's this month.
But Malak is a possibility strongly, because they mentioned that in the Twitter post. They actually mentioned Malak by name in their Twitter post. So what if but let's say it's Malak at the end of the month, right?
Yeah.
And what if it's only a 5-star unlock and you're wasting money right now?
Exactly, that's the problem. It's hard to predict where this game is, because with Grievous, we were going off notions that from the past about how a rework kind of changed up the meta and Hero's Journey characters, and Grievous is kind of a reality. It's something that brings you back to reality that, maybe past expectations, we can't apply them to future expectations. Who knows? Maybe Malak could be the first 3 Zeta legendary character in this game. So it's so hard to see what the direction this game is going right now.
And I tell you what I'm doing, which you are not doing. You already took Candrace Ordo all the way up to 7 stars.
Yeah.
I'm not pushing on him. I want to keep him at the same number of shards as Bastila, and then I'm trying to get Karth and Juhani up to the same level.
Yeah.
That way, if they launch that pack that drops random number of shards from 4 characters or 5 characters. But do you remember how many times I pulled Bastila when I didn't need those shards?
It was miserable. Yeah, you kept pulling Bastila upon Bastila upon Bastila.
Yeah.
I don't want to go through the pack situation. That's why I figured if we have another 2 or 3 weeks before Revan comes out or Malak comes out in an Ancient Journey event that we're kind of predicting, I have a feeling if I just keep getting these 16 shard things, it's going to be cheaper. I mean, I say that kind of lightly, and I'll have it at 7 stars. And the opening packs is not a fun experience. I've done it 3 times now, and I mean, except the Droideka pack, which was kind of exciting a little bit, it's miserable opening up those packs. And I hope this is the cheaper route to go down, is that you spend $200 on crystals to go into shipments, and it's a lot less painful, I think. But your method, if you're going through the pack situation, I think it's probably wise to kind of get everyone around the same star, the star count, so that way when you're opening a pack, you're not getting a bunch of repeats.
Right. Well, I'm not willing to do either scenario, not farm them at all, which I think would be bad. I mean, you have to, at a minimum, do the daily hard nodes. I mean, just do it. Maybe do 1 refresh. That's where I'm at right now, at a minimum.
Yes.
But it'd be foolish not to do that. But I think it might also, unless you're just a whale, but going hard right now, and then it's a 5-star unlock for Malak, then unlock. You know what I mean? I mean, either. So I'm kind of, until we know exactly what's required, I'm not going to be willing to drop hundreds of dollars on something I don't know. And what if Darth Revan is not? What if he's like Grievous? I mean, Jedi Knight Revan is so incredibly strong. I don't think that was intentional, frankly. If I just want to put that out there. I don't think, because they've mentioned in the past that they wanted to have the meta be diverse and have more teams win on offense.
He killed it. If there is diversity, it's gone. It's gone, baby.
No. Based on what they've said in the past, I don't think the power levels of the Jedi Knight Revan team, which is super annoying because it's basically Night Sister Jedi with Jolee. Savior, you have to kill one character twice, and then you have to go after Jolee, or else you're wasting your time. And then you've got General Kenobi, auto-taunting constantly. It's Night Sister Jedi. It's a mess to play against. And frankly, as far as AI, it actually works very well, too. So it's a great team.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best team this game has ever seen. Probably, I think at this point, Knights of the Old Republic has been the most important faction in this game, I think, up until this point. At one point, it was Rebels. It's for sure Knights of the Old Republic of Nihilus, Scion, Traya, Jedi Knight Revan, and then you had all these other characters, Bastila Shan, and Jolee, and probably Darth Revan or Darth Malak. Old Republic, this game has definitely milked the Old Republic faction to be the most important faction. For a lot of people, they're happy about that, and I'm not going to take that away from you. If you guys love Old Republic, this is the golden age for you guys. I mean, unfortunately, the stuff I love, I've never seen them have a golden age just yet, but man, it's just seeing where this game is going and just seeing how you're penalized for not getting Jedi Knight Revan the first time around. If there is going to be something, I can't imagine them making, if it is Darth Revan, not as good as Jedi Knight Revan. Firstly, we're very deep into a Jedi Knight Revan meta. I would think unlike Grievous, I would think they'd make Darth Revan good. So at least take away some of that Jedi Knight Revan pie. How much? I don't know, but just saying how the Grievous fans were so upset about the Grievous rework, I can only imagine if the precious Revan wasn't amazing coming into this game. So I would think... I don't think people were looking for Jedi Knight Revan. I don't think that's what the fandom wanted. I think they wanted Darth Revan. They want Darth Revan. I think Jedi Knight Revan was a tease. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it has Revan in it, but everybody was really looking for Darth Revan, the coolness of the, he just looks cool. He's cool, right? Yeah, it's a very, I agree. I don't know much about Knights of the Old Republic, but I was looking forward to a Darth Revan over Jedi Knight Revan. But if you're going to milk the franchise, get the most out of it, going the Jedi Knight Revan route makes sense, because the Jedi Knight Revan route kind of stems into Malak and then Darth Revan and all this other stuff. So it was, the financial sense would be to start with Jedi Knight Revan. And they did a beautiful job making him the most valuable character this game has ever seen, and the most, if you wailed out on this, you got the best bang for your buck this game has ever seen. But it's hard to say where the future of this game is going at this point. But I would think the next Knights of the Old Republic thing, whether it's Malak or Revan, I would think they'd make it good enough for it to break up the meta. But what do I know at this point?
Well, I got to tell you, I'm looking at your screen right now, and I see something on your screen that is very rare and unique. Do you know what that is?
What's that?
A Jedi Knight Revan with no zetas. I don't think I didn't even know they existed.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I was hoping Grievous would have the Palpatine effect. So I would, because like people were like, oh, there's no way they would make Grievous better than Revan. First of all, we weren't asking for Grievous to be better than Revan, only competitive to take away some of the pie and have a second tier team, because throughout all of history, it's always been a dominant team and a second tier team that does okay against them. And so I was hoping Grievous would have been the Emperor Palpatine, where he kind of started pushing out Commander Luke Skywalker. Then once Sign came in, we started pushing out Jedi Training Ray. So I was like, I'm not going to dump all my Zetas into Jedi Knight Revan. So I went the Grievous route. Wasn't the best investment. Definitely was a letdown. But now I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to save up Zetas for whatever the next thing is, because there's bound to be something coming soon. Yeah, that's going to be better than Jedi Knight Revan. Cannot be the end of the game. There's just no way in heck. And with all the leaks and the speculation, the Sith looks like Sith month in March. There's just got to be something dark side related that's going to give Jedi Knight Revan a hard time. We're getting to that point. If it's not Grievous, it's got to be someone else in the next month or two. It's hard for us to recommend to you guys what the panic farm, if you are going to panic farm, what the panic farm right now, because we could say Canderous, Juhani, Karth, and Darkseid Bastila, but that might not be it, because they could make HK47 a requirement. It looks like they teased a lot about HK47 getting a rework, and that screenshot kind of alleges that there might be a rework around the corner from with that Zeta being shown. But then they could require Jedi Knight Revan to get Darth Revan. So it's hard between the inconsistencies with the tag and this thing, how expectations aren't being met and stuff like that. It's really hard to predict where things are going, but all we can predict really is that something has got to change soon. We should be dangerously close to something coming out soon, seeing how Jedi Knight Revan was released. We had Bastila and all of them early on in July, and then by the time October came, the man himself showed up. So I would think something soon's gonna happen. So I don't think this is gonna be something you can get free to play either. It's like Jedi Knight Revan. You're gonna have to spend some money to get the first time around.
But if you're free to play and you're getting Jedi Knight Revan second time around, I would go hard on that still.
Yes, that's the best way to go.
It's an amazing team, and even if something, then you don't have to worry about the panic farming, and then you can just get Darth Revan or Malak the next time around. But Revan is so good. It'd be hard for me to recommend someone jumping. Like, are you going to just skip over Revan altogether? That seems really bizarre to me.
No, I wouldn't skip over him. Once I know what the new thing is that's supposed to come out soon, I would think. I'll go into Jedi Knight Revan, because I can't imagine them making him the king of the game for another 4 months or something. There's probably going to be something coming out soon that's going to be better than him. But eventually I would like to give him the Zetas, but I do not have 4 Zetas to give 3 to Revan and then 1 to Jolie, and I still got to get Gear 12 pieces in everyone to get him up to snuff. So I'm very behind on the Jedi stuff, but I make my way. I can survive without Revan. I'm still getting #1 in Grand Arena and stuff without him, so I'm not like in dire need of Jedi Knight Revan. I think I'm in a mode where I'm just going to save up the Zetas and see what's coming out in the next month or two, and that might be more important than Jedi Knight Revan. But Jedi Knight Revan is still the best character in the game, and even if Darth Revan comes out that's going to be better than him, I would think they would design it in a way where Revan, the Jedi version, can still be competitive to some aspect. If they just blew him out of the water, then kind of goes back on what they were saying in Reddit not too long ago. But let us know down below, what are your predictions of the old Republic and what if they're going to be needed for anything in the future? It's hard to say, but all we do know is that Knights of the Old Republic is the most important thing in this game, so it's bound to be something really good. Mobile Gamer, any more wise words you want to say to the ladies and gentlemen to make them feel better about the future?
I went to see Cats the other day, and I had nightmares of farming Juhani.
I remember when she came out, people were like, who the hell is this person? Oh, all right. We're going to wrap the video there. Goodbye, everyone. Go check out this dude's video.
Bye.
Goodbye.